the hell do you have on?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a capsule selection. You know your boy got a vibe for you today. We stepping into the zeitgeist, into the cultural movement that's happening right now, and you can see in my face, I'm excited to actually talk into and tap into this one because I am just, as you can see, I am a quarter zip and matcha type of guy. I am one who loves the casual effect and casual affair of laid back clothing, fashion, and things like that. And when I get my laid back time, I'm a quarter zip dude. I love cardigans. I love half zips and quarter zips. And with that, I am a person who loves to drink matcha tea. I put my matcha recipe right here to prove that Sunday service was a great effort to show you guys how to make your own matcha tea. Today, we're going to step into the cultural movement. We're going to tap into what it is that's happening in real time. You've probably seen the whole vibe all over your screens and things like that. And it's a fun one to watch with these young men talking about how they're talking it. So shout out to you guys for tapping into the moment, tapping into the movement, and understand what it is to have these fashion items on. You stepping away from the oversized hoodies for sometimes, not all the time, don't ever do all the time. Step away from the oversized hoodie, the hyper casual streetwear. You don't want to always look like you just rolled out of bed and have that little bed head look. You want to step forward and have something that is more refined. And one way to tap into that actual look of being casual while still being upscale, polished, and professional is to tap into the quarter zip, the half zip, and the full zip sweater, and also cardigans. You will see a lot of that on this channel because that's what I wear in my down and leisure time. Those are great items to have in your collection. You don't always have to step away from the hoodies, but step into something new. And that's exactly what you guys are doing. I'm proud of you guys for doing so. Also, when it comes to this, you got to have a clean cup of matcha. It's the mindset shift. That's exactly what you guys are doing. That's exactly what we always talk about here on this channel, in this community. We're talking about a whole aesthetic. But really, in this video, we're going to talk about fragrances to meet that aesthetic. The lifestyle evolution of a young man, a young professional man, choosing to act the part, looking the part, and smell the part. We're going to get you right into it. So pull up a seat, pour a glass, and of course, let's enhance. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Dry Down, the lifestyle channel where we as enthusiasts aspire to enhance and elevate our olfactive sensory experiences through the understanding of the different aromas, facets, and nuances of scent, cigars, and wines. I'm your host, Chris. Welcome to today's wonderful experience. We're going to dive into what it is to have the cultural iconic shift just a little bit away from the hoodies and step into the quarter zips. We're going to have a fun time with this video. We're going to tap into the zeitgeist. I'm going to show you 5 particular fragrances from my collection. Niche fragrances that have one-to-ones and dupes on the market, but these are niche fragrances which you guys step into your professional careers and polishing yourself up. You should be able to step right into these fragrances at just under $200. First off, I'm going to talk about a fragrance from the brand of Mason Francis Kirkjohn, and it is a phenomenal scent that really matches the aesthetic of matcha tea and quarter zips. Let's get right into it. First up, we're going to talk about the scent of Mason Francis Kirkjohn's Amyris Homme EDP. Phenomenal fragrance. One of my favorite from the brand. This is a scent that is cultivated for the clean-cut modern achiever. Exactly what you are who's watching this channel. Amyris Homme is a quarter zip fragrance before quarter zips were ever trying to be a trend. They are making one of the best fragrances at the brand of Mason Francis Kirkjohn with this one. It's fresh without being basic. It's woody without being heavy. And to me, it's one of the best Soho style of minimalism fragrances that a young professional can have on their skin. Whether you're just trying to find your lane, trying to create a lane, or trying to be the lane that everyone's following it. You're a trendsetter, you're a tastemaker, this is a fragrance for you. The notes in this one that really captivate my nose and made me one of the people that fell in love with this is the mandarin, rosemary, and amyris wood. Everything comes together to be a nice aromatic woody sweetness because the tonka bean in this one is also the actual umbrella, so to speak, over this one. So a really nice touch for the modern tastemaker. The scent is one that opens like a well-groomed man should smell. Clean shaven, crispy lines. Your plans, your calendar makes sense. Everything about you is moving in the way that you want to. Rosemary and mandarin, that's always something that feels sharp, something that feels intelligent, something that feels organized on the skin. It's that modern fougere style while not being a modern fougere. That's why you will fall in love with this one, because it has that my life together type of energy going forward. And for the man who loves to wear quarter zips and drink matcha, this is right up your alley. And on the dry down, this is the one for me, man. This is when it gets me that addictive type of feeling, and that addictive compliments too, man. Because this one, that tonka in the woods, when it's settling into the skin, it has that glow on you. It really represents that that sensual feel that when a woman smells it, she want to be around you, give those hugs and kisses, those shoulder taps, those shoulder leans, those lean in conversations. That's that type of energy off of this one. And so it's an understated luxury feel off this one, but it's very youthful and very encumbering of the modern half and quarter zip and matcha tea lifestyle. This is a fragrance that will be great in your collection for the contemporary, clean, and quiet, confident man. Get your nose on this one. You won't be let down. Trust me. We're going to keep going banger after banger on this list because this list is one for non-controversy. This is one for upscale elevation, upscale achievers. Fragrance here. One you've probably seen in the hand of many influencers and many conversationalists when it comes to perfumery. Classic elegance for the new gentleman is exactly what Reflection Man is. Wonderful, wonderful scent profile. Reflection Man is that rite of passage type of scent. It's for the young man who has himself transitioning from I'm trying to figure it out to the one who knows what exactly it is he's bringing to the table. We've all been through that. You gentlemen are going through that. Even I could actually say that I won't even tailor the conversation that way because we as gentlemen, young, old, Gen Z, Gen X, we are all trying to elevate daily. We are not sitting back trying to take what's not coming to us. We're trying to get to what is ours. That's exactly what our lifestyles is. A fragrance like this, when you put the notes of jasmine, neroli, sandalwood, phenomenal notes and accords that go together, that really much so make one of the best smelling fragrances on the market. What you also receive here as an aromatic touch is just like Mason Francis Kirkjohn, a wonderful use of rosemary oil that is just great to put on skin. To me, when people hear jasmine in this particular scent and neroli, they think of white floral substance or a white floral softness. That's not what you're going to get here. You're going to get something else way better in the case of this one because they made a beautiful fragrance from Amouage. You get crisp, immaculately done, refined taste and professionalism in motion when you wear this one because the actual fougere essence that comes along with the sandalwood and lavender make those notes cater to them. You're not going to smell the white florals as much as you think you are. They'll be there. They're definitely there in the actual concoction. But what you get most is what I'm trying to tell you guys, a professional, polished, just beautiful, beautiful scent profile. One of the very best coming out of the house of Amouage, in my honest opinion. It's one that does everything correct. Sillage projection. Just the demographic of this one is 25 and up. The fragrance is for the guy who loves to wear the quarter zip. Very clean lines in this quarter zip. Even one who likes to wear the actual dress shirt with the tie under it. This is that type of vibe for you. You can wear even your clean white sneakers with this one. That's the vibe it gives off. And it's quite confident wearing this particular scent. And it is a head turner. I would say this. The sandalwood and cedar give this one the smoothest takes. Creamy backbone. That's what you get. The kind of, it sits in this beautiful, beautiful elevation when you wear knitwear. Because I think that this one is more of a casual scent versus a suit scent. You can wear it with suiting, of course. Gray suiting, houndstooth, pinstripes. But to me, as I reflect on the wearing proposition that this has given me, it's a standout fragrance when wearing knitwear. I love to talk about wearing zip ties or zip cardigans or cardigans and half zips or even the actual jumpers that I love to wear. This is one of those scents for that, the knitwear lifestyle. So you talking about leaning into old money territory while being young and suave, this is the scent for you. Get your nose on Reflection Man from the house of Amouage. Now, when we talk about when quarter zip needs the edge to it, we're talking about the actual scent of Sauvage Elixir from the house of Dior. Sauvage Elixir, what can you say? You've seen it, you've walked in the mall, you smelled it, you know that it's a good fragrance. This one here, I talked about 25s and up with the 25 and up fragrances previous. This one is more of a 30, 35 and up. This is when I've said before, when you want to come off of Sauvage EDP or EDT and really graduate because you're coming of age. If you came into the fragrance game 2016, 2015 and you smell Sauvage and you carry that as a scent profile, it is now time for you to step up your game. That's when you step into Sauvage Elixir because it does everything that the original had done while still having an elevated pitch for a modern, sexy savage, as Kevin Samuels used to say. A great fragrance. You step into something more professional polished, more era-driven for yourself to lose the kind of chill and crisp era and go into a more edgy era with the cinnamon and the provocation of the spices in this one that really smell great. You traded in your hoodie, now you went to grown man silhouette, and that's what you get with this one. You keep it bold, you keep it balanced, and you keep it being blessed. That's what we talk about here. Notes of cinnamon, nutmeg, very spicy. Notes of grapefruit still stand out here. You also get the lavender that also stands out here. And while you also have this very, very beautiful backbone of woods, you have that over a base of a liqueur like amber, which is rich, and just the profile is highly elevated with that. This elixir is a intense one. It's a very intense one, but it's intensity done right. Powerful, magnetic. And it feels like an ambition dialed in and distilled just for a man who's on his mission just like you. So the spicy aromatic touch of this one opens like a very beautiful morning concept, coming out to the day, coming out to the morning, hopping into your ride, your BMW, your Benz. You're going off into see the elevated lifestyle, take more leaps and bounds. Get your nose on this one. The commitment to excellence comes with this one. Sharp, awake, and intentional. That's what you get from the brand of Dior Elixir Sauvage, or Sauvage Elixir, I should say. One of the best fragrances they produced. Next, we're going to step into what it is to have a elevated freshie for the man who wants to have nothing average. This is Elysium Parfum Cologne from the brand of Roja Parfums. And this is one, when you talk about fresh fragrances, you graduated from college, you got the great job, you moved into your new apartment. The aesthetic and the vibe is there. This is upscale, this is beautiful, this is blended beautifully, this is high performance, this is everything that a fresh, signaling, successful man should have on his skin. This is that silhouette driven for matcha tea and quarter zips. This is that exact aesthetic. What you have here for one of those that love the notes, love to know what the profile comes off, you have everything essentially in the citrus fruit realm. Grapefruit, lemon, bergamot, juniper is there. Everything fresh about a fragrance that has a great profile. What makes this one nicer in its elevation from the rest is the way that it's a professionally, just highly polished, highly. When you say ingredients, I know we can have these deep dive conversations, and I want to keep this as easy to digest as possible. When it comes to notes, you have what you've seen in the market from all of these companies, and everybody has a great polish to their fragrances. But sometimes notes can smell more authentic, and you can tell the actual use of higher costing structured ingredients. I'll say that with this one because what you can smell here, everything has its place in its evolution on your skin when you talk about Roja Parfums Elysium. The ambergris style of musk is what really elevates this for this particular scent profile. With the soft cedar wood, everything about this was an elevated scent for the person who loves to drink the matcha tea and wears quarter zips. Elysium, to me, it smells like a confident man on the clean page of his life. The bright citruses in this one are ones that open up very, very perfect. It's that you wake up, it's the matcha hour. You do everything, you planned it out. You got your whisk, you got your bowl, or you go to your nice barista and get your nice latte done. Whatever it is you choose, you're thinking up front and ahead of time. The space you're in is uplifting and sophisticated. That's what this particular fragrance is, and that's what it does for me. Juniper in this one, I'll get into that note really nicely because that's what makes this elevated for me. Sharp, modern, it has a snap of almost like this high-end gin and tonic crispness that really elevates the scent. And the woods in this one, plus the musk of that ambergris, is what really brings a smooth polish to this one and an intentionality to the wearer that wants to wear something iconic, smooth, and polished. If you're a guy who has fragrance on his mind that are more elevated, this is for you. This is the fragrance for the guy whose quarter zip goes with his great tailoring. You even wear a blazer with sometimes with your quarter zips. Not a baggy fit, something that for a man who leans into refinement while still having the aesthetic. You're using your social network well, you're going forward and moving forward, and this smells like your footer is going to be and look bright. That's exactly what you get when you have this scent on your skin, and this is Elysium from the brand of Roja Parfums, and it is one of those great fragrances to really help you establish a foothold when you talk about smelling great and having great hygiene. This is it, Roja Parfums Elysium Parfum Cologne. Next, we're going to talk about White Incense from Precious Liquids. This is the minimalist, creative professional on top of his game in every way, shape, or form. This is one that hits different. This is a very airy, modern take on a fragrance that just smells wonderful. As I sit and think about this one, what I like to say is that this is one of those coastal style of fragrances, like a coastal incense style, very much so built around tropic environments. This is what introduced me to incense or white incense after actually smelling it on a resort tropical vacation. Never knew what it was, remember the scent, always remembered the scent, and then actually was smelling it in this fragrance and had to have it. It just one of those captivating fragrances. But white incense is that matcha in a cup fragrance. It's that matcha matchup, clean, uplifting, a little earthy, a little vibrant, youthful, but it's not simple. It evolves on the skin, it shifts on the skin, it gets more intriguing the longer you wear it. Very fashionable style of fragrance. The brand has reformulated this from what it was years ago, which was a peppery, woody, more resinous style. Now it's very crisp. Now it's very bergamot driven, rosemary and pine sap are in this one. So you see where we're going with the rosemary in this particular video, because multiple of these have the rosemary and lavender type of feel. What you get best here is the white incense and the marine accord that just is elevated. Woody at the heart of it. It becomes more complex the longer you have it on the skin, and it is one that elevates your look the more you tend to actually have this evolve through the day. So if you're the young man who has, you work in tech, you work in design, you work in architecture, creative strategies, everything like that come and evolve. Just like your scent, you should. So this one here is like the someone who does just that. You've evolved over the cabinet, you've evolved over the Macy's products, the Axe products, the Target products, and you want to move into something more niche. Liquid Imagineers is something that you will not smell everywhere, because it is one of those niche fragrance houses that has to be sought after, then actually pushed on you. And so when wearing this with your quarter zip, you feel modern and neutral toned. That's what you want to have on as far as the fragrance as well. Something very, very monochromatic, but sexy as hell. Very driven, a brainstormer type of fragrance, a thought-provoking person type of performance. Tastemaker type of performance. The clarity, the openness, and the ambition behind a fragrance like this is just like you. Peppery incense up top wakens the senses, gets you going. The marine accord is like cucumber, creamy, smooth, creates this cool and comfort refreshing wave of energy for yourself. And then as it goes on, the woods start to unearth and whisper this professionalism style along with that incense. A great way to have a fragrance on skin, fellas. I'm bringing this to you for intent and intentionality, because this is one that I think all you should get your nose on if you're looking to have a new fragrance in your collection that really stands out, really smells great, one that you can wear as a professional polished signature scent. This is the fragrance for you. White incense is very beautiful, it's youthful, but it's not childish, it's thoughtful, and it's a provocateur. Get your nose on that from the brand of Precious Liquids. This is the guy who did Oud Wood, so you know where he coming, his pedigree is on top. Get your nose on that. Gentlemen, as I reflect on this video, having fun with this was about going the extra mile for you guys, creating an invitational step towards you guys in the youth. I want to talk to you guys all the time, and I know that a video like this, where we have the zeitgeist in mind, a cultural movement, so to speak, this is a great video for you to tap into the dry down, become a part of the community, and be a part of the family, guys. The next chapter in your life is the invitation to bigger and better things, and that's what I want to provide for you when it comes to fragrances, when it comes to cigars, and when it comes to wine. Tap into what we're doing over here. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. This channel is for the self-assured, the self-regarded man as an individual who is pulling himself forward and pulling his community behind him. So whether you're trading in your hoodies or not, getting the quarter zip or not, or drinking matcha teas or not, the momentum behind us and you is what you're going to remember when joining this channel. So remember, scent is a memory, collecting its legacy, and community is culture, and we here at the Dry Down, we are the culture. I state that emphatically. Love to have you guys on board. Welcome to the community. Until next time, stay bold, stay balanced.
Thank you.